Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Law enforcement officers from across the state are recognized in Springfield. We'll run down the list of local first responders awarded the Medal of Honor. Plus, it was graduation day for 2 lucky people in the TIP program. We take a look at what the program does for those involved in it. And Rockford area home prices are still on the climb. Local experts share why a critical shortage may mean now is the time to sell. Good evening, I'm Taylor Castro. Thanks for joining us tonight. No one is hurt after a shooting Tuesday afternoon in Freeport. Around 2:30, police were called to High Avenue, just south of Galena Avenue, to reports of a shooting. During the investigation, officers learned that shots were fired from a vehicle towards some people near a house. No one was hit. Police are considering this to be gang-related. If you know anything about the shooting, call Freeport Police or Freeport Area Crime Stoppers. In Rockford, East High School is placed on a short lockdown after an alleged car burglary suspect is chased to a nearby business. This happened yesterday morning. Officers were called to the Schnucks parking lot on Charles Street. 2 men were breaking into a semi. They ran when an officer got there. A witness reported one of the men may have had a gun. Daquan Augustus was eventually arrested at a deli across the street from East. No gun was found, but the 18-year-old was identified as a suspect in several other car break-ins. Augustus is being held in the Winnebago County Jail without bond. The second suspect was not identified. The state of Illinois honors acts of heroism. It came during the Law Enforcement Medal of Honor ceremony today in Springfield. 136 men and women were recognized in all. Several were awarded medals posthumously. Among them were Rockford Police Officer Jamie Cox, McHenry County Sheriff's Deputy Jacob Keltner, and Illinois State Trooper Brooke Jones-Story. All 3 were killed in the line of duty. A pair of Belvedere police officers were also honored. Ryan Davenport and Joseph McDermott pulled a mother and her baby from the Kishwaukee River.
But know that the people of this state, the people of this country, even on the worst days, in their hearts, we are all so grateful for you. We are all so thankful for you. And there's no medal that can say that enough. There's no ceremony that can say that enough. But we should say it over and over and over again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This was the first state Medal of Honor ceremony held since 2016. Illinois lawmakers are officially done until the fall session, but before they left Springfield, they took action on gun legislation. This comes after a violent weekend in Chicago. 47 people were shot, 9 were killed. Crimes like those have led to calls for gun reform. Lawmakers have passed measures that tighten regulations on marketing guns.
Here's an image from an ad of a toddler holding an assault weapon. This is how people are marketing guns to our children. And I don't think the Consumer Fraud and Deceptive Business Practices Act should allow that unchecked.
Advocates still say more needs to be done, including implementing changes from the state's assault weapons ban, like registering guns with the state and stricter background checks. Today is the 33rd TIP Court graduation ceremony. Our Nikel Delgado was there. Nikel, how'd it go?
Well, Taylor, it was great. The graduates tell me they are proud of themselves and the accomplishments that they have achieved so far, and even happier that their loved ones are there to see it with them.
My grandma's proud of me. My family's proud of me. It's a beautiful thing. Seeing the smile on my grandma's face that, you know, I achieved this.
I feel really good. Today was a day of celebration and achievement, giving me many obstacles to challenges to overcome. I'm just happy to celebrate today.
Both Casper Clark and Billy Henderson are the newest graduates of the TIP Court program. They tell me it was hard, but this program changed them for the better.
With this program, you're going to have to get up every day and you're going to have to do it and not say no excuses.
Some of the biggest challenges was just being prepared to show up to the court dates, the drops, and just having a strong support.
The TIP Court program is aimed to help those who are going into the justice system who might have behavioral health issues such as mental illness or addiction. This program provides intensive case management, intensive treatment services, and intensive court supervision to achieve employment, housing, and education. Judge Janet Holmgren says it is a win-win for the people and the community.
If you're looking at someone holistically and are able to offer them services and resources to help them achieve stability and maintain a quality lifestyle in the community, they are far less inclined to commit any new offenses, as well as contributing back to the community.
Both Billy and Casper tell me they are proud of themselves and excited for their new start and encourage others to take advantage of this opportunity.
Skills that I'm going to take with my everyday life is just continue to being solid and honest and dedicated to overcoming my struggle.
Well, it's intense. They have you do a lot of stuff at the beginning. You also got to be subject to drops, multiple other things, but it's worth it. You will be a part of the community and you'll be proud to be in part of this program.
The total number of graduates of the TIP Court program is now at 199. Taylor?
Thanks, Nicole. Rockford City crews begin repairs on a recently damaged memorial. Today, masons were hard at work fixing the brick at the Veterans Memorial Circle roundabout. It's located at North Main and Auburn. We first told you about this yesterday. Sunday, a driver left the road and crashed into the wall. It was heavily damaged. Volunteers recently planted nearly 4,000 petunias to beautify the memorial. Many of those were also torn up. No word yet on how much it will cost to repair. The Rockford area's housing inventory hits a record low. This was thanks to more sellers entering the market. In March, the end-of-the-month inventory on houses fell to 195. This was the first time the stat has fallen below 200 properties. The average price of a home in April was $178,000. That's up almost $15,000 from the same time last year. A State Line realtor says this is the perfect time to list your house.
We do know that there are people that are out there, it could be investors or people that are looking to downsize. Right now, we have not experienced lower inventory than ever before, so it's a great time to list your home.
The market needs more houses for sale to meet the demand of buyers, especially as the housing market hits its peak in the summer. If you're looking to buy, Brown recommends talking to a lender to get pre-approved. Congress is trying to reach a deal on lifting the debt ceiling before the end of the week. Part of that deal will be the end of the pause on student loan payments. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Cole Hankey is in Springfield and explains why this won't be as simple as just resuming payments.
The 3-year-long pause on student loan repayments would come to an end in August under the proposed deal to raise the federal debt ceiling.
Well, certainly for the borrowers that have benefited from the pause, this will be an added cost to them.
If the pause is lifted, debt holders would start to see interest rack up again. There are an estimated 45 million people in the country with a cumulative $1.6 trillion in student loan debt. UIS professor Richard Funderburk says that could have some wider economic impacts.
For those population of borrowers that haven't been putting money towards their debt retirement, they've been spending that money on other things. So certainly we would see a reduction in the flow of money to whatever those other purchases are.
The end to the pause is part of a much longer list of compromises reached between President Biden and Republican leadership. President Biden expects the deal to make it through Congress.
There is no reason why it shouldn't get done by the 5th. I'm confident that we'll get a vote in both houses.
There are lawmakers on each side of the aisle supporting this deal, but Illinois' delegation is split. Congresswoman Nikki Budzinski says she will vote for the deal, but Republican Congresswoman Mary Miller says she will vote no.
That was Cole Hankey reporting. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy recently said the student loan pause would end within 60 days of the agreement being signed.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, good evening. Welcome back. We had to do a little bit of shuffling here as we are live out at the Rockford Rivets Stadium for their home opener game, but I am keeping a very close eye on the radar as we've had quite a few showers and thunderstorms kind of around the region. Actually had some gusty winds with the outflow boundaries from some of those storms and the wind picking up a little here as well. We take a live look with our SkyTrack camera a little further to the west over downtown Rockford. You can actually see the rain coming down as we look to the southeast here for us this evening. We actually had one heavy downpour pass through the Rockford region. That clearing out, you may see a little sunshine, but we still do have a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms, and in fact a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued now for parts of Rock County and Walworth County, most likely for some gusty winds, and that's going to be the biggest thing with these thunderstorms. If we do see anything, it'll be the gusty wind. We had a wind about 30, 40, 45 miles per hour out here with that outflow boundary. But as these thunderstorms collapse and weaken, because there's not a whole lot of wind shear, actually there's very little in the atmosphere, so we're not looking at anything widespread as far as severe weather is concerned. But nonetheless, with that, you may get a strong wind gust or two just with the outflow boundary as well as with those thunderstorms in and itself. So as I mentioned, that severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Rock County and Walworth County there in southern Wisconsin will go until 5:30 here this evening. So just a heads up if you are across parts of southern Wisconsin. We take a broader view of what's going on. We had an outflow boundary from Lake Breeze allowing these showers and thunderstorms to develop, and those kind of developed additional outflow boundaries and additional outflow boundaries, and that's exactly where we've had those storms move through. So if you are thinking about coming out here to the home opener game, you need to keep an eye on the radar. In fact, until the storms pass, I would advise maybe staying in your car, at least with the heavier rainfall and the lightning that is around. Temperatures will drop. In fact, where we've had the showers come through and some of those boundaries come through, a little rain cooled air, temperatures have dropped into the 70s, so a little more comfortable out there for us. We take a look at Futurecast and what we can expect here as we go throughout the rest of the day. These are all driven by the heat. There's not a lot of humidity, but they are driven by the heat. So with that, we will see these kind of fade away as we get through sunset here tonight. Temperatures will drop back into the low 60s for the overnight underneath a partly cloudy sky. Going into the morning tomorrow, temperatures will warm quickly once again, and just like today, we will see those isolated thunderstorms develop with the heating of the afternoon. After about 1, 2 o'clock, we'll see those thunderstorms move through. And again, those will last through sunset tomorrow and then fade out as we head through tomorrow evening. Before any of those showers and thunderstorms move through, temperatures will make it into the upper 80s, close to 90 degrees in a couple of spots. Very similar to what we made it to out there for today. Winds will shift around to the east once we get into Friday. So with that, that pushes that storm threat a little further west of I-39, I think. So places from Monroe to Freeport, maybe even as close to us as, I'd say Polo or Mount Morris. Could even be Hillcrest. You could see some showers and thunderstorms for Friday afternoon. But despite that easterly wind shift, temperatures I do think will make it into the upper 80s and low 90s once again. We'll calm things down as we head towards Friday night and then into the weekend. 78 rain-cooled air in Rockford, still at 86 in Freeport, 81 in Rochelle, and you are back down to 70 in DeKalb, but 90 in Janesville. Dew point temperatures, it has felt a little more muggy, kind of humid out there, not excessively hot, but you've probably noticed it with some of that heat and, of course, that rise in some of that moisture, allowing some of these showers and thunderstorms to develop. Winds are coming in from the southeast, and they'll stay that way until high pressure works down across parts of the northern Great Lakes on Friday. So 63 degrees, that's where we'll end for the night tonight. Isolated showers, thunderstorms for this evening. Again, biggest threat going to be that heavy downpour, frequent lightning. And again, we do have that severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Rock County and Walworth County until 5:30. Temperature 89 for tomorrow. Partly cloudy, a little hot, kind of humid. Isolated thunderstorm for the afternoon. 91, that's where we'll head as we head throughout the day on Friday. Just some heat safety tips. Remember, take frequent breaks, wear light colored clothing, limit outdoor activity if you can, if you have to be out. Kind of keep it earlier in the day when the temperatures aren't quite as hot, or later in the evening, and never leave pets, children inside vehicles as the inside temperature can get drastically warmer. We do cool things off, relatively speaking, but we'll will stay above average as we head into next week. Backdoor cold front comes in Monday, Tuesday, so that'll bring those overnight lows back down into the 50s and high temperatures going into next week into the low 80s. You know, as much as we would like to spend some time, Taylor, outdoors here, it is a blessing that we have the rainfall. We don't need the heavy downpours. We need a good soaking rain, but it's nice to get some of that rain, especially since we do need that, and we could see those isolated thunderstorms develop once again going into tomorrow afternoon.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
The Rivets are ready to play ball this evening at Rivet Stadium against the Kenosha Kingfish. It's all part of the Northwoods League's 30th season of baseball, a league that has seen college players come through who went on to become major league stars. The Rivets have 2 games under their belt already. They played the last 2 nights in Traverse City, Michigan. They lost both of those games. One of the key returning players this year is first baseman Matthew Mabane. He was a Northwoods League All-Star last season, and he led the Rivets in home runs and RBIs. But there's a whole bunch of new players here, and Vince Tornincasa is now the full-time manager. He was the team's hitting coach last season, and in August he became the interim manager. The job is all his now. Scott Leber interviewed him earlier today. Here are his thoughts on this team.
How does it feel to be the full-time manager now?
It's exciting. I got a good young group of coaches, so my job's a little easier than I thought it would be because of them. So it's fun to take on the challenge, getting to run the team, you know.
Guys are off to an 0-2 start, but they made a real nice comeback last night in Traverse City. I know it's so early yet, but what do you think of this group of guys and the potential they have?
I think they showed some toughness last night that I wasn't sure we had, to be honest with you. So it was really good to see. We were a little undermanned on the road. Open up in Traverse City is tough, but our guys, I thought the way they've battled at the end, they showed what they can do. It'll be fun for us to get back home, play in front of the crowd here, and we got some more bodies in the dugout and got some things figured out for today. So hopefully we can, put a good ball club and good effort out there.
I know generally in this league, too, you're waiting for a few guys who are still playing and finishing their college seasons up. Is that the case again? I mean, how many more guys do you anticipate might arrive over the next couple weeks?
Well, not just here, but all throughout the league. Guys come and go. You get last-minute phone calls from guys that back out. It happened to us. It's happened to other teams. So you just kind of go along and roll with the punches and see where you're at every day. And the roster never stops. You're always checking in, making sure you got enough.